It is with immense pride and excitement that I stand before you today as the president of the Ilorin Business School Student Association to welcome you all to the much anticipated Business and Leadership Summit 2023, the first of its kind in the history of our dear school.
Navigating change and uncertainty, strategies for business leaders in volatile times.
The world is now a unity state. I meant is now a global village. Hence, the competition around the globe is far above what it used to be. There is the dire need not to create business alone now, but to manage it and lead it successfully. Hence, the need for this program.
I welcome you to the Better by Far University, and specifically to this Business Leadership Summit organized by the Student Association of the Ilorin Business School. We are very privileged to have in our midst very experienced persons, both in public service and in business, to share their invaluable experience with us.
The concept of leadership is mostly not appreciated by all in its sense. Leadership is leadership anywhere. In your home, there has to be a leader. When you are a group of friends, there will be a leader in that team. In any small business, there has to be a leader. In large businesses, there is leadership. In a political system, be it in a community, in a local government or in a state, there is leadership. Because for every group of persons, they have a key objective of what they want to achieve. And for them to achieve that, somebody or group of persons must continue to guide others. Our reality is that the world is changing at an unprecedented pace. Technology is disrupting everything. Industries, new markets are emerging, and the global economy is becoming increasingly interconnected and broad. If there is no crisis, if there is no instability, if there is no challenge, you are really not leading. You won't actually know what it takes to lead. You won't know what it takes to survive. If you're a business leader and the business is operating smoothly, what are you doing? You'll just sit in your office and be drinking tea. You won't be challenged.
We are open to collaboration with you. We are open to working together to ensuring that we have the right leadership in our business world to change the economic dynamics of Nigeria.
By the time we get to the real world, you might not actually get that white collar job that you're seeking for. But at the end of the day, you can have an extra bullet in your pocket to start something else with your skills, and monetize it. We have so many uncertainties from policies, governments, even everywhere in the world we have so many uncertainties, and now business has to adapt fast. If not, you'll be grounded. You have to adapt to what is going on in the world. You have to be safe. As an entrepreneur, you can't give what you don't have, and you can't take what they don't give. Apart from employing people that your goals tally, personally, you have to be ready to invest in human capital development. You have to be ready to teach them, and they have to be ready to learn. You can't work with me if you can't learn.
As entrepreneurs or young business owners or students of business, you need to understand that AI, data, they are here to stay, particularly artificial intelligence. It can help us to become more productive.
As a small business owner, how do I join this community? Is it free or do I have to pay? Tamira Entrepreneurship Community is a subscribed community. We have an annual subscription. You can click the link in the bio on Tamira Entrepreneurship Community on Instagram, and voila, you get the procedure on how to join.
Do you see any church you try You let it big and let it slide. I don't know what I'm doing yet. I don't know what I'm doing yet.
I am quite delighted to be here for this great event. I have learned so much just listening not only to distinguished Senator Sidiq. I told Senator Sidiq when he finished speaking that if we have just 20 of his quality in the Senate, they will form a sufficient critical mass to provide the leadership that our country requires. Then Charles Darwin said, the species that is most likely to survive in the course of evolution is not the species that is most intelligent, is not the species that is most beautiful, but the species that is most adaptable. And that applies to everything that we are talking about here today. Leadership is a noun, but in reality, leadership is a verb. In other words, leadership is not the position that you occupy. Leadership is what you do. Every single day, every waking moment, every sleeping moment, when you have to make a decision, when you have to choose between multiple options, that is leadership.
As a business manager, what you can look at are, those things like tight budgetary control. So if you have a budget, it should, be able to drive performance.
How to keep your staff, right? Like you just said, empathy and being transparent with your staff, right? Letting them know, well, the company is going through hard times.
And SME has a lot of things to do. They are the most fragile people in business because they are just coming up.
In the hall now, you see a lot of our bad people. Most of us are about. So if we had the opportunity to grow hair where there's no hair.
Thank you very, very much. See you again.